Donald Trump possibly invested in the Iraqi dinar. Is the investment worth it for you? Will the Iraqi dinar revalue? Despite the recent history of the Iraqi dinar being so weak, the potential for an Iraqi dinar revalue could be a game changer. A revaluation could take the currency out of the global currency basement and put it back up on the main floor where it had been for decades up until 1991. But with or without revaluation, it should be considered that the weaker currencies generally have stronger upside potential than the more established ones. Iraqi dinar is about as low as it can go, and there are a number of situations that, were they to change significantly, could improve the exchange rate of Iraqi dinar practically overnight. Iraqi dinar revalue. Some investors see tremendous profit potential in the Iraqi dinar. But a large part of that anticipation is based on whether or not Iraqi dinar revalue. The currency has thus far been trading in a very narrow range, particularly during 2017. While the currency has shown stability, the likelihood of an increase in value compared with other currencies, particularly the US dollar, is heavily dependent upon Iraqi dinar revalue potential. The presumption, of course, is that the Iraqi dinar revalue at a much higher level than it is right now. That's actually a distinct possibility when one considers the tremendous energy potential that Iraq has. This is true with both oil and natural gas. Oil is particularly important to Iraq, and it has the fifth largest oil reserves in the world, estimated at more than 143 billion barrels. Iraqi dinar revaluation. Will the Iraqi dinar revalue soon? It's anyone's guess at this point in time. The country is in a prolonged consolidation phase following the US invasion of the country in 2003. New institutions are being built, and existing ones are being improved upon. But it's a long, costly process. There's an excellent chance of an Iraqi dinar revalue at a much higher level. Apart from the situation with oil, which is Iraq's main product and leading export, there's a general sense the country has nowhere to go but up. That's because following the devastation of the war, the country has largely had to rebuild from the ground up. While much of the country remains damaged from the war and subsequent civil conflict, a massive rebuilding effort is underway. As the country's infrastructure continues to improve and grow, there's greater hope for the future of the country. The improvement that seems to be going in fits and starts in the present could very well be building a national economic boom of the future. Much depends as well on the internal political situation. Once again, that has been at least superficially stable in recent years. But the current political regime is also largely propped up by the continued US involvement in the country. There is considerable speculation as to the future of the country's current leadership. The country is beset with a significant number of local conflicts, owing to both regional and religious divisions that are inherent within the country. Unifying the country will take stronger leadership than what Iraq has had thus far. But if the country can develop that kind of leadership, there's an excellent chance that Iraqi dinar revalue higher in the future, perhaps even considerably higher than where it is now. Will Iraqi dinar increase in value? This question really depends on what factors affect dinar revaluation. Without a doubt, the biggest variable is the price of oil. For 2016, Iraq was the world's fourth leading oil-producing country, exceeded only by Russia, Saudi Arabia and the United States. In fact, with a production of nearly 4.5 million barrels per day, Iraq produces about half as much oil as the entire United States. Despite the country's current economic and political woes, its oil wealth looms large in its future. A sudden spike in